is your monthly tarot checkup reading for July, or whenever you see this. Pulled a card for you here, the Crow Oracle. Nature. What is in your true nature? I feel like might be part of this reading. I don't know. I'm getting the moon and the Nine of Swords. The moon being your card, which is fear of the unknown, fear of what isn't safe, fear of what isn't certain. Find out what's going on with you and get you some advice and support this month. So for you in your position, I'm pulling Page of Pentacles reverse, which is a desire to look deeper and introspect beyond what is superficial, beyond what is obvious. So moving beyond superficiality, you're like, I want to know, this is like, who am I type questions. Strength reversed, not very practiced in self-control or keeping your mouth shut. Yes, self-mastery perhaps in this situation, but we'll see. So what do you value right now? Eight of Cups, Five of Pentacles reversed. Valuing this idea that you're willing to move on from things that did once make you comfortable towards becoming part of a group, part of a being like everyone else, being part of the family. This is also wanting to move out of poverty consciousness. Like, I want to be wealthy too. I want to be successful. I'm tired of seeing myself as an outcast, ready to move on from that. So basically what I'm seeing here so far is a desire for self-growth, which is badass. Okay, what needs to change? What do you have to have the courage to change right now? Hermit, Ten of Pentacles. There's a lot of focus on generational wealth and being ultra wealthy, the trappings of that. What also is going on with the family? I'm kind of seeing like mother issues, of course, is always a concern for Cancers. And playing around in the background, we all have those issues, right? This hyper focus on what others are doing and what makes them special is a distraction, I feel, from what actually makes you special. What is your true nature? You're looking to others and comparing in July. This is like a metaphysical reading right here. At home, you're spending a lot of time researching, learning, watching videos, thinking. Yeah, about all these concepts. Feeling like you don't have the higher ground or that you haven't reached a level of achievement. It's got you feeling kind of down on yourself, especially in terms of your ego harm. So, emotionally, you may feel relatively secure, but then you're wondering, like, because I prioritize my emotional security, have I missed out on taking risks, having fun, doing what feels inspired in the moment? Maybe there's this thought that you have here at this moment of, like, I've missed a lot of opportunities just to let my freak flag fly, to be carefree, or to stand up for myself. Again, another card came up, King of Pentacles reversed, like feelings of lack. Okay, did I drop one? I don't think so. King of Cups reversed, that's you. Knight of Wands reversed. Closing yourself off emotionally has led to a lack of inspiration, a sense of boredom, low drive, low effort. The excitement's gone, the fun is gone. Like that's where we're at, okay? So then what do you need to have the courage to do to amend that? Please, God, please. What does Cancer need to have the courage to do? Cancer rising. What does Cancer rising need to have the courage to do in July or whenever they're seeing this in order to, move forward in a joyful way? Six of Cups reversed. Yeah, that's out of the comfort zone, of course. It's also saying that this is something that you may never have done before. It's not something that you did habitually when you were a child or something that you were taught when you were a child. So what does it have to do with Six of Swords reversed? That's going from a comfortable place to someplace more turbulent. Nine of Cups reversed, leaving behind the things that typically would make you feel satisfied. So this is all comfort issues. Okay, that's too general. Like, give me a place that Cancer rising might be going to. Ace of Wands reversed. This would be a place that people could be fighting or arguing. If I think of like a location, it might be like a UFC fight night at the bar, or it could also be a place where energy or spirituality is low. I'm thinking like a library, but that's not it. Someplace with tower. Okay. A place of chaos and like who's the king of the castle? This is just like a UFC fight night. This is like a like let's go to somewhere where people are fighting. Like it could be a sports game. Someplace highly competitive where the energy is combative, intense. Two of Wands reversed. It's close to home. Queen of Cups. Pets. Probably not a pet buyer. I don't know. Oh, maybe it could be like online gaming where you're like fighting like Pokemon. I mean, look, I'm a gamer. Okay, I don't know what people do online gaming though, because that's so rare for me to do that. Maybe that's a message for me too. Like, just do some more online gaming, and then you'll get used to people calling you a stupid bitch or whatever, and it won't bother you in the same way. Yeah, like making yourself vulnerable to like attacks, light attacks, so that you become more accustomed to it by exposure therapy. Or Eight of Swords, Five of Cups. It's slowly breaking yourself. Hi, Lotus. My little baby's here. The little pet friend. Slowly breaking yourself out of a self-imposed cage of limitation. So that you can have something more optimistic to walk towards, but it's gonna require you to feel negative emotions. At this point, here's what I want to say about this. At this point, you have a strong enough sense of truth that you don't really need to protect yourself. Sun right behind it. Exactly. Like, this is your self worth. You have the person I'm talking to right now has a strong enough self worth and identity that you can now move out of the comfort spaces. You know, if you think about a child that needs to be protected from attack or bad influence because they're still very malleable and it can harm their mental health and their self-image, you are beyond that. At this time, you now have a strong self-image. So that means you can start to withstand negative emotions, negative attacks, people talking shit, people judging you. The Lover's right behind it. Now, why is that there? Why is that there? Is there a shared path or purpose that you need to move towards that's set up for you? Your soul knows the truth. Your soul knows the future. It's our minds that don't know what the hell is going on here. So what is this Lovers here for? 3 of Wands. There's something coming in. It's a love relationship. If you're not already in a relationship, there's one coming in. But you have to be able to withstand negative circumstances. Somehow that's related. Why? 9 of Pentacles, wheel reversed. There, you need to be able to have your own resources, financial and otherwise, a mastery of some sort, something that you're really good at. So like a skill, talent, ability. You also need to have a sense of self that is weighed by the people that you meet and interact with. So right now you do have a strong sense of self as far as you love yourself, you respect yourself, you know you have worth, and it's intrinsic. What's needed now to make yourself available to this lover's relationship coming in is, and this like soulmate partnership, frankly, is to now understand how you are different from other people. And the only way to do that is to take yourself outside of your comfort zone and go to places where people are acting crazy. Air quotes. Okay. Because the wheel reverse, you need to be ready to capitalize on an opportunity. It's not here yet because the wheel's reversed. But when it does come around, you need to have a strong identity in relationship to other people. You need to know your nature, your true nature here. Queen of Swords at the base. Again, I'm telling you, this is about personal truth. And it's just the next step in the evolution of that. And that's what, why do we get into soulmate relationships? 10 of Swords. This is bringing a complete ending to you walking alone, because now it's time to see how you are compared to other people. That's the next step of evolution, of learning who we are and what we're all about by getting into long-term relationships, getting into soulmate relationships. Because it causes us to be so vulnerable and very transparent to another person. Someone that loves us, sure, but who is also, I have a vested interest in what we do. Therefore, they have motivation to treat us in a certain kind of way and also reveal to us through mirroring how we are behaving, how we act, what we think, what we believe, all of it. So if you've been sitting around saying, I want a love relationship, I want to, be married or find the one that's for me, I'm here to tell you that the whole reason why we have love and relationships that way, as far as I can tell, is so that we have someone that can mirror to us who we really are for greater self-understanding. And there's companionship and fun and growth and security and all kinds of things that go along with it. Like, there's rewards because it's hard work. There better be fucking rewards or else nobody would do it. So that's where we're at. The world. You're the world and the 10 of Swords. Those are the end. The end. The end. The end of you being alone. The end of you being too scared to run away. Too scared to run out there and do what you need to do. Like, this is a major turning point for you. Now, Jupiter is moved out of your first house and into your second, meaning that you experienced a shitload of personal growth over the last year and some change. And now at this point, it's time to grow in your value system, what is of true value to you. And that's why, this 8 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles thing is here, is like, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to level up. I want to be part of your world. I want to be part of your world. Yeah, exactly. That's it though. That's literally it. All right, so what's a secret? I don't even want to read on this other person. Go check your Venus sign, or not Venus sign, sun sign. Go check your sun sign love relationship readings. I think I've just posted those by the time I post this for that, but it's also like a surprise and it's going to be different for everyone. But that's like the soulmate coming in. It's going to be a big change from who you've usually dated. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. But you'll know when you see it. Too many powerful cards there for anything other. You can't miss it. But you got to be ready. Like, we have a lot less free will than we think we do, as far as what I have been researching. I've been looking into this shit for like almost 15 years now. And where I am, check back in a year, I'll probably have a completely different opinion. But where I am with things is like, we don't have the free will we think we do. It's just about how we process things. So this is coming in, so get ready. But also, you can't avoid going out into circumstances that scare you. They will happen to you unless you make them happen for you first. Either way, you're going to get there. So have no fear. What's a secret that Cancer Rising doesn't know about that they should be on the lookout for, or just give them a hint, give them a teaser? Queen of Cups, that's you. King of Swords. Ooh. Oh. Okay. So this person could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun sign maybe, or just energy. It's like, don't be like, hey, what's your birthday? Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get your chill on that. First of all, they're logical. They are very smart. They could be in like STEM, one of the STEM science, mathematics, engineering, computer science, whatever, you know. They're fair-minded, good communicators, open-minded, experimental thinkers. And they listen to what people say and judge it against their own heart to find sources of truth. That's who we're talking about here. Okay? That's who we're talking about. That's who's coming in for you, Cancer Rising. What are you learning about by the end of this month? What is it going to be? Six of Pentacles. Share and share alike. Giving and receiving. Moon reversed. Overcoming fears. Learning about how overcoming your fears enables you to share. You have things to share. You have resources, abilities, charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. There's something that you have to offer this King of Swords. Could be a woman, could be a man, doesn't matter. Whatever. Okay. But in order to be able to do that, to share and give and receive, you've got to overcome some fears here. You've got to face down the reality that the road is unknown. You don't know where it will lead you. You don't know what will happen, but you hold to the center, the truth that you have value and that you mean something. Being willing to embarrass yourself and make a fool of yourself in public, like seriously. Two of Wands, not everything's about sex and power, it struggles. That's also disconnecting from the internet, if that is relevant to you, because it could be helpful at this time to experience more things in real life rather than being completely in that digital space where things are more emotionally disconnected and therefore more emotionally protected. Now it's time to put yourself in the thick of it and get used to it. Exposure therapy, period. So if Cancer Rising attends to the advice in this reading, what happens by the end of the month? Page of Cups, new love being thrown out there. I'm not saying that you meet like this soulmate for sure, but at least more positive emotional messaging, positive emotional feelings. You're going to be rewarded no matter what. You put yourself out there, you will be rewarded. You'll be like, oh my God, I should have done that forever ago. It's okay. Don't sit and regret, but like that's the vibe. It's like that wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. And actually, I want more of that. Four of Wands. Yeah, I mean, I think you'll be leaving your house more. And I also think that you'll be on your way towards a greater achievement. It's not going to be like done deal by the end of July, I don't feel, but it's definitely like, okay, we've got the ball rolling, it's on its way. Temperance reversed, Four of Pentacles. Um, Coming up by the end of July, it starts to be like there becomes more focus on the things, the values and the ideas that you have clothed yourself in, and that becomes more of an extreme focus for you because of your relationship with other people and how they're like, you know, oh, he looks like this, she looks like that. And, there are assumptions about you based on the way that you dress or the way that you look. So by the end of July or this month when you're watching this, it's going to start to become more about like, am I really like dressing or looking the way that I feel that I am? Is there something that I can do to change my appearance and my look so that I can show up and be seen on the, on the cut, on the well, immediately, um, to by other people to be seen more like how I feel that I really am? Yeah, so it's just like a reconsideration of your appearance and your look and how you're being perceived by people. Because you're gonna start to see like people will start responding to you based on the way that you look. We're all human. We're animals at heart. We have subconscious drives. We all do it. You do it too. And they're gonna respond to the way that you look. So if you want to show up differently, like that's gonna be something you might be thinking about later. In general, Eight of Pentacles, High Priestess reversed. The wider world you'll find is not very intuitional or spiritual or emotive. Um, they may seem like a mystery to you, but you'll find that there's a lot of people don't really have that much fucking substance. I'm sorry to say. If you're here in a tarot reading, you already have substance. I don't give a fuck what your sign is. So people out there in the world, they are not aware of the hidden worlds or mysteries or anything like that. And you'll start to see how true that is. And by reflection, you'll start to realize how much further along you are emotionally and spiritually and even psychologically than you thought you were. They're also dependent on material things for their value and self-worth. Just as a just as an aside, just to let you know that's how people are. That doesn't mean that they're not a good time. I've had a great time with some of the most superficial people out there in the world that like I bring up tarot at all and it's just like, whoop, okay, but did you see my new purse? Or like whatever. They just don't have the capacity. But here's the thing. Queen of Swords returns. You have your truth. You know who you are now. You can move freely in these spaces and not be afraid to tread there and you also have your intuition to fall back on too. So if you're scared of physical harm or something crazy happening, like you have a gut instinct that you can fall back on. Like you're good. You're not an idiot. Queen of Swords is intelligent and quick, witty. And like she's going to pick up on what the fuck is happening immediately before anyone else in the room does. You're good. Okay, what needs to be let go of by the end of the month for Cancer Rising's best interest? Cancer Rising's best interest. Seven of Swords. What? If you're trying to fake anybody out, my dear, if you're trying to sneak around in any way, King of Pentacles reversed. Because you feel, okay, so if you're trying to put on a front that like you have money, you have resource, you're too good for it all, or you're withholding material assets, the reliance on hiding behind wealth or material matters, that's got to go. because the values here, I see your goal, but I have to raise you on that and say it's not just about finding financial fortunes, it's about finding what is actually valuable to you. Is it your time? Is it your safety? Is it uh, feeling like you're in luxury? Is it satisfying good food or good conversation? Like, what makes you feel alive? That's what we're doing here. That's what this is all about. And yeah, there, like I said, there's rewards. There's the relationship that you've been looking for. There's, um, yeah, but that's just like the breadcrumbs and the carrot on the stick for you. What you're really here to do is find out what is of true value and what your place is in the world. Clarifying life situations for Cancer rising. Adios. She's so old. Poor doggy. Okay. Okay, we'll take it. More adventures. And okay. Embrace the unknown with curiosity, letting each journey shape your path and wisdom. You're on your way. The whole world's opening up. You've become reborn. You've left the chrysalis, is what I want to say. All right. Archetypes. Archetypes card for Cancer rising for the month of July. Okay. The comic and the shapeshifter. Look at that cat. It's like a cat with a monocle. That's cute. Little party hat. Okay. XXVI. The comic carries a remedy for all that ails the world. Amid the deepest pain and suffering, there is always a potential to lift up and out of the darkness through laughter. Though dismissed by some as lowbrow or unsophisticated, this archetype actually has a highly advanced mind. Some may use the word genius, as humor requires one to see the situation from afar rather than to be swept away by the drama. The comic sees and accepts the messiness of life, using it as material to be mixed and shaped into a potion to soothe the stressed and serious mind. They literally lighten us up. Thus, within the comic is usually the sage or the magician, working healing magic upon any audience who will lend an ear. The comic may be the archetype that heals the deep division in our world, one pun at a time. Are you punny? is that is that who you are? Like, fuck, that's fucking cool. Okay. But then also the shapeshifter. Vibrant, adaptive, humorous. Nah. You're like a little trickster. Stop this. The shapeshifter has a love of theater, games, and trickery. Its energy appears as one thing, only to reveal a more complex story below the surface. The shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It is the side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal, and experimental, and longs to dismiss the rules. We need its energy to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our existence. When the shapeshifter card appears, it's important to imagine you are looking at life through a kaleidoscope rather than a single focused lens. At any moment, the scene may shift, revealing a more enchanting vision than you imagined. Be wary, though, as the allure of the kaleidoscope can leave you exhausted and yearning for solid ground. Dancing long term with the shapeshifter requires a central pillar of integrity that links us back to our center. You're adaptable. You're adaptable. You're like, you're adaptable, like funny, silly, like just of the world, and not exactly in it because you're here to experience and enlighten and liven the place up and bring levity and break the serious tension. But you can only be that effectively without harming yourself when you have that center, that Queen of Swords. You've got it. You're ready to go. Badass. Hopefully you like that. Thanks for letting me read for you. I really liked it too. Please like and subscribe and check out my love and relationship readings for your sun sign. There's little Lotus. And I'll see you next time. Take good care of yourself. Bye.